Swiss ball, take 4, press record. Okay, let's do it. So I've got a Swiss ball, I've got some weights, got a yoga mat. If you haven't got weights, I've grabbed watering cans, a couple of bricks, just use whatever you've got. Let's get warmed up there. So I'll come back towards peg deck. I'm pretty warmed up because I've just had 2 failures on the old recording. See, hope this one works. Peg deck. Open your chest. Let's come out. Round your back. Open, breathe. Round, open. Now I might normally bounce up and down and around on the ball as I do a class warming up, but I don't trust this ball that much, so I'm not going to bounce up and down on it. So, cheap bench, and I'll show you how you look after yourself on here if you haven't used the ball much. Let's get into it. Get yourself warmed up, but I'm going to show you now chest press. So, all gym stuff is going through the roof price-wise, but Swiss ball is a cheap bench in a sense. So you need your head and neck on the ball. Like you got a tennis ball in under your chin, like you're not hanging off the back. And let me whiz around this way so you can see hips up strong, head and neck on the ball. Okay, what you don't want is coming this way, is it you sunk halfway down, you need your hips up strong. Okay, so from there, the added bonus, we know how to do a chest press. Got to keep your butt fired, keep your glutes fired, keep your hips up, hips level. And to be honest, I don't do a ton of that because I'm into surfing and tennis, and I want to work one side at a time because that's what I'm doing when I'm playing sports. So here we go. Added bonus to this one, because I haven't got the weight here, my core's got to work a little bit more. Keep your glutes fired, keep your hips up. If you want to make it harder, you just bring your feet closer together. Have your feet in under your knees. Now that's going to make me a bit more unstable. Easier, harder, harder. Whoa, silly hard. Up on your toes would make it in between. So once you got there, just swap hands without dropping the weight on your face and push. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Walk yourself back in. So you can alternate, and you can do any reps you like, really, to be honest. Just don't get bored doing the same level, depending on what weights you've got. Just want to be comfortably, well, kind of on your limit. You do not want to hurt yourself. So make sure your weights are done up. For one thing. Okay, so there's a chest press. Hopefully you're okay with that. Most of you would have probably done that on the chest press in the gym. Okay, so the bench is easier because you don't have to balance. The great thing about the ball is you've got to use your core much more. And here we go, so fly. Again, take the weights out, soft elbows, head and neck in line. So keep your hips up, don't sink. Core working strong, glutes working. Feel it in my legs, but the actual exercise, my chest. Pec. So this is the pec deck. Fly. Wow, fantastic. Hello, how are you? You alright? How are you doing? You alright? You going to come and work out? Are you hard enough, are you? Do you want to fight? Right, oh thank you, Trish, cheers. Cup of tea, don't get that in Swiss ball on a Monday night, I tell you. We cover that. Right, thank you, cheers. Okay, thank you for that. Here we go. So, same principle then. Bring your feet close together or wider. Again, I want to use one arm at a time. So I'm having to work to stabilize much more. As I take the weight out, my center of gravity moves out, I've got to work harder to stay stable. Working your pec, working here. I've lost count. I don't really care how many reps I'm doing. As a general rule, anywhere between 12, 10, you go up to 15. Kind of need it comfortably uncomfortable. You've got to get out of your comfort zone if anything's going to work for you. Okay, so we had chest press, pec, straight arm pullover is a really nice one. Do it kind of at a jaunty angle to the mirror, to the camera. So starts up above your head and then weight goes down behind and left. So I'm working my lats here and I'm working my chest here, upper chest. Look after your shoulders. Really nice stretch, and it's really working the stabilizing core muscles down through the middle of your back. As you keep your butt fired, hips up, hips level. Always. Bent straight arm row, which is a similar setup to your bent arm, your tricep. So now we're going to work our tricep. So same start position. Be careful you don't donk yourself on the head, and tricep. Elbows locked, shoulders locked in place, and then the only thing that can work is the back of your arm through here, triceps. Okay, and then to get yourself back in, you just walk yourself back in and up. Okay, so here we go. Cup of tea, or half a cup of tea. Shoulder press, again, easy, hard, harder. So this would just be like on the shoulder press in the gym, pressing up. But a whole lot better because you've got to stabilize through your core because the seat's wobbly. So swap legs, lift, or you don't lift. Just plant your feet or plant them closer. Whatever's good for you. So shoulder press. I'm going to dump those. And we're going to do lateral raises. So rather than pressing overhead, you bring in the weights, in this case, watering cans out to the side. Soft elbows, I've got a bend in my elbows. Suffered from a lot of tennis elbows, so I do not want to strain that. Here we go. Forward. Don't need weights really. You can just do it and hold it and do it slower. So we've done the front, the side, the top. Here we go. Reverse flies. Weight into the ball, so chest into the ball, like you're pressing down on a front crawl swim stroke, pressing into the water, keep your head down, and reverse fly. Fantastic. Right, stick a little bit of cardio in. So get behind the ball like you're in an old school wheelbarrow race. Imagine someone's got your feet all the way, walk yourself out. Top of your feet on the ball and knees to chest. And then walk yourself back in. Excellent, so gonna mix that one up. You can walk yourself out. I'm gonna go over this way so you can see a different angle. Walk yourself out. Feet all the way onto the ball. Knees in. Okay, walk yourself back. Press up. To the point where you can get a clap in. And then, I'm changing angles, you don't need to do that. Walk yourself out, press up. Walk yourself in. Clap, press up. Walk yourself out. Walk yourself back in. So here, you need to be close enough to the ball where you can get your body weight. So you might be able to do a clap, press up all the way out there. And if you can, that's great. But what you don't want to do is attempt it and not make it. So that's a hard one, so that feels like a tea break. Get your breath back. And while you're doing that, sit up nice and tall on the ball. So you can always dump your chair at the desk, buy one of these things. You want to make sure your hips are higher than your knees. And you can just work your core by lifting one foot. Come up on the toes on the other foot, lift. And then swap. See you later. Okay. Let's go down on the floor. Feet up on the ball, hips up. And we're going to drag the other way for hamstrings. Can you see that okay? Hamstrings. Now, active rest. Feet around the ball. And squeeze inside your thighs. So squeeze, release. Squeeze 2 seconds, release. So bring it round. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Gonna get back onto my mat because it's warmer. Squeeze, release. Squeeze. squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Active rest. Heels back up on the ball, hips up strong like a reverse plank, and then ball drag. Feel it on the back of your hamstrings. Okay. So I repeat that. I go ball squeeze between, so the ball wants, you can make it harder by doing it lifted. I don't want to bugger my back up. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Okay, from there, side on, feet around the ball, elbow in under your shoulder, and lift for side plank. Hold it, keep your hips up. And squeeze your feet together still, so you're still working your thighs. Good. Come around. Let's try the other side. So in line, hips over hips, feet around the ball, and push. You stay there, or you can bring your arm up. Yeah, lovely. Glutes. So, over the ball. So you balance on the ball and then left. Double leg raise, difficult to do on the floor, you can't really. Okay, so let's try, no, I'll tell you what, change my mind, squats. So I do a side raise on pretty much, then a squat, straight forward. Okay, so now we make it a little bit harder. Squat, press, up, back down, come around to the front. Squat, press, up. Squat, press from the squat position, up. Good. If you've got space on the wall, you could do a wall hold. I haven't really got anywhere I can do it here. So we're going to do lunge. So here we go. Take the ball back, rotate, wood chop. Ball goes back, so make sure you're solid on your lunge, then rotate, lower body locked, chop. Back, rotate, wood chop. Back, rotate, chop. Whoops. Low to high. Racket back, ball back, low to high. Good. This ball's quite big, but it's good because I'm 6'4", so I need it where I'm higher than my knees, so you don't want to be sat like that. But it's going to be harder for this. So single leg. Whoops. Let's go back that way, it's better that way. Not this time, I'm not. So you're looking to bring your trailing leg up without lifting your hips and opening up and taking the ball out as extra weight. Right, okay. Let's have a look, see what I've got here. We can do back extension. Let me just about get away with that one. In and lift. Again, it's nice because you can go below ground level, lower back. Okay. So there's some ball exercises. We're going to come back to the original 3 that I started with: chest press, flies, and straight arm pullover. If you've got your dumbbells but you haven't got a bench, Swiss ball, cheap bench, here we go, press. Tennis ball in under your chin, head and neck in line, keep your hips up, keep your spines supported by firing your glutes, brace your core. Okay, into fly. As one arm's going out, I'm just going to walk myself back in and back out. And as I said before, I much prefer doing that one at a time. Swap. Keep your hips level, glutes fired hard. It almost becomes, the whole thing with Swiss ball almost becomes like a glute workout. Working your butt, can really start to feel mine. And then we're going to straight arm pull. So that's how it looks from that angle. Let's give it to you from this angle. Right, so you can do your bicep curls on here. And again, just make it harder by bringing a foot up or foot out. I have to put these socks straight in the wash. Bum up. Right. Triceps, back flat, extend. So again, instead of one hand on the bench, one knee. We can keep your back flat, elbow level with your back, and extend. Tricep kick back. Nice for your swim stroke as you push. Prefer this one for tennis. That is like you're hitting up the back of a ball on the chop second serve. So again, use what you need. Pointless doing it if you don't really need it. Well, at least I think it is. I need to be motivated. So I use this one for tennis. Okay. So there you go. A few Swiss ball exercises. Now I've got the Swiss ball out of the garage because a lot of people have got them, and you can use it instead of a bench. So there you go. Good luck with that. Look after yourselves and make sure the ball's pumped up.